Okay, it's June 30th, 2019. I'm just making a record of my life here. I'm supposed to have quiet enjoyment of my property, work my whole life to live a nice life, and I get twirled around by the Lidar cars on a daily basis, back and forth for around 4 years. And there's just this neck of town and other necks of towns, and spend my life going down alleys and avoiding, and then it wasn't uh, good for the car, and it also was misdiagnosed. So right now I'm looking for another car. So the misdiagnosed caused the perfectly good car to be unworkable right now. So I'm trying to fix it. Anyway, yeah, those little spinner cars, they stop in front of your house now because April 4th, 2019, the governor finally did something correct, in my estimation, to make it illegal to text while driving. People still do it, I see them. Those little uh, pads I see on those self-driving vehicles with a driver in it, and I've seen some without a driver, and going beyond the speed limit. Anyway, they have a pad, so they have to. I've seen them before they darkened all the windows. I could see them take it off and put it on their lap by the wheel and program it, but now they can't do it while they're driving on the wheel, or the touchpad velcros or hooks somewhere, and they can do that. That's still texting. So they're getting away with a lot, and now they have to pull over to program the self-driving mode, which one person said on an email that self-driving is safer, and then somebody else said, well, that lady got killed on March 18th, 18, in self-driving mode, but forgot to mention the other two fatalities of the people testing them, one in 2018 in California, Mountain View, and then another one recently in Daytona, also was testing the self-driving. So yes, wireless is hackable. It can be rigged. It can be remotely steered, and it was designed to be remotely steered. Originally, these self-driving autonomous vehicles with the Lidar, Lidar, light detection and ranging, whereas radar is radiation detection and ranging, and works with a laser spinner. So we have the LiDAR, which really is 3D mapping, quote unquote, but it's being used as a laser radiation, LiDAR, laser and radar, LADAR, and they term it LIDAR, just like Wi-Fi sounds like hi-fi, and Wi-Fi is supposed to be cute and good, and it's not, so it's a term that we associate with hi-fi, which was high fidelity audio when we got the first tape recorders, and the stereos, and there's records. So we had a hi-fi in Seagate, beautiful console, worked like a dream. We had the large recordings on the big tapes, and I had it converted, so I have us singing when we were little. It's very nice. I know I'm getting off the subject, but I really feel very radiated and electric shock when I walk and they pass me by. And I got this house because it had sidewalks like at Seagate, and trees, and easy to walk to the corner to get something, a couple of little shops. But I'm bombarded with these twirlies, and I get them a diary I have for 2 years of sightings of the 4 years of the invasion of 6 different models. And it is right now this whole biological and chemical experimentation on us is with air warfare and weaponry. Chemical and biological weapons is a violation of international law, and Arthur Furstenberg in Santa Fe has a lawsuit now with the government and other agencies, because I believe the U.S. did sign the Geneva Convention, although I think I found out that we never signed the Nuremberg Treaty. But they're really doing a roasting job over there with a heat wave in Europe. Nostradamus predicted that Europe will suffer before the women of the Western world will save the world in equality with males. So it is not just a male-dominated society, it's male and female respecting nature. And I have the Lidar and aerosols report for 2018, 1987, and 1979. One is for dust storms, and we had 6 mysterious dust storms in Arizona in August of last year, and utility poles fell down and people were hurt. And it's a very antiquated infrastructure. Now, the smart meters do violate building codes, and we'll go into that in another video. I just wanted to state that with my injured ankle, which I injured running away from a twirly and sliding on some wet gravel because my car was continually in the shop, just 4 blocks from here. And I remember last year I wrote it down. I was trying to go to the optician, and I had to pull over 4 or 5 times just to go a few blocks away over there to Oak and Scottsdale Road. It's just like tiny little streets, and I had to pull over 4 times, shut my engine off, put on my hat with the copper band, hide under the dashboard because I found out the radiation might be coming from below, and the laser is on top, and the radiation is designed to mix with your carbon monoxide fumes to cook you greater and pulverize your bones and create a microwave cooking that we have no sensors for. We have heat sensors on the outside of our body, not on the inside, and the microwaves are so intense it's like an oven. It cooks from the inside out, which Dr. Andrew J. Marino talks about in his videos and his book and his documents from 1951 about the radar ranges and animal testing. They did a lot of animal testing to find out the cooking levels for the newly invented microwave ovens using Cold War weaponry, the radiation weaponry, that microwave weaponry that Barry Trower talks about when he interrogated defecting spies during the Cold War. So scientist Barry Trower gave me some assignments, which I'm working on. That is electric shock drowning. As an epidemiologist, I study trends and clusters. That's just something that I detect like a detective. So I was the hormone detective, and now I'm the EMF detective. But so many people are much more scientific than I am. But I know when I'm getting blinded at a long red light by a driverless car, and I know when I'm not getting blinded by the light of a driverless car. Anyway, the water cars and the hydrogen cars, all of this could have been just all over the world, cleaning the air, and all they do is the robotics and the wireless and all these brilliant minds they give scholarships to from all over the world to come here and try to harvest all this nano science. So we're breathing in all this chemtrail nano aerosols. I watched a very good video yesterday. Anyway, this is a lot of radiation coming from my neighbor's smart meters. I paid well over $1,000 in the last 5 years to get the old meter back. So I paid an extortion fee for an opt-out fee for an opt-in program, not to have an appliance using my power on my breaker box with frequencies that they use for weaponry. They target various organs. The new ones have a microphone recording people and spying on people, and it's a fire hazard. The smart meters are a fire hazard. The prongs are thinner, allows arcing. They have a switch mode power supply inside the meter that burns out every 6 to 8 years, so they have to come and sneak around and replace it. Then there's a digital electric that they say they have to come and read, that it doesn't give the manufacturers or the FBI your information, and that they come and make believe they read it. However, when a guy comes to read all of those digital electric, I think they're going to have to be paying for his ophthalmologist or something, because already one of the readers complained that his eyes were, he was going for an eye appointment, and he had a smartphone in his pocket. I say, you take that thing out of your pocket, it's hurting you, especially on your ear. So Barry Trower has a 2010 report when he gave a speech at the University of Toronto called The History of Microwaves from, I forgot what the title was, to your brilliant paper. It just gives the frequencies of the cell towers, and I talk about that on my YouTube, Florie on Barry Trower from a year ago, and I hold up the sheet, the frequencies of the cell towers targeting various organs and various brain functions, the Cold War frequencies of the weaponry on your house, on your smart meter. So they all have to be recalled. As a matter of fact, New Mexico banned smart meters. I think I don't know, all smart meters, gas, electric, and water, but banned, I know, the electric smart meters in all the major cities in New Mexico, and I hope that the whole U.S. should follow suit with that. You have to ban the smart meters. So that went through in November of 2018. Finally, it just went through. That's great. And I know Phoenix MD up north here, I read an article from a couple of years ago that she bought the office condo and required to the analog mechanical meter because she had electrosensitivity. So I am assuming she doesn't have Wi-Fi either, or cordless phones, and doesn't have a smartphone. She's sensitive, just has a stupid phone and regular landlines, hopefully nothing wireless. So that's the end of the video coming up here. Let's see, there's a million things to talk about. So I just wanted to say that it is almost 6 a.m. on June 30th, 2019, and the twirlies start around 6:15. So I'm going to run in and hide for the rest of the day because I don't have any work today. And then they stop around 10 p.m. and then I can come out again in the front and do whatever work I need to do in the yard, or maybe even take a walk. That's why I got this neighborhood, because each house is different. It's kind of antiquated styles, and the sidewalks and quiet streets, but I can't afford to get electrocuted just taking a walk around the block if these twirlies are unregulated. It says we have no regulations, but they were kicked out of Spain for mixing technology, experimental technology, with public service. So the Spanish Supreme Court 2 years ago ruled with 3 other countries, or 4, that not to have those driver cars. And it is such an insult to my intelligence, our intelligence, but with the amount of aluminum and sulfuric acid and powdered chalk that is being bombarded on that 2018 report I have from the U.S. Army Lidar and aerosols. That's in there, what's in there. And of course, Dr. Herndon in Germany, he analyzed all of the particulates from capture planes, and he's the only lab right now that I trust, and his findings, and it just corroborates them. When he says what he found in there, then NASA makes a little announcement. Oh, by the way, we found so-and-so in there. And then he tests it again and finds different things, so they had to admit 2 phases of lithium thermite, like viruses, because people don't want to get vaccinated. I mean, this is NASA's spokesperson. So it's the same guy I saw a couple of times. Just like, I really pity this person. I mean, all these LED bulbs and just blinding people, and the LiDAR laser and the strobe from the LiDAR. Now there's LiDAR chips in space. There's a LiDAR Air Force jet that kills with a blue laser beam, with radiation and laser. And in April of 2016, I was knocked down in my yard by a directed energy weapon, and because I studied Barry Trower's videos, I knew what to do, and I would never have even known I had even a smart meter on the house for 4.5 years. I told him I didn't want one. I didn't even know that it was there until somebody like me sent me videos and literature, and then I really felt the rug pulled out from under me because I thought the utility companies were a service to us, not a weapon. So that wraps it up for now. Thank you so much. Again, blessings and more blessings, and see you later. Ciao.